Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. My word, man. Lucky was like, yeah, he went back to court. I was like, man, like, you know, it wasn't in the early stages. I'm not even gonna lie. In the early stages, it wasn't too unusual to hear somebody going back to court. I wasn't looking at it like, but it was just out of the blue. He was just in there looking out for everybody, and now this guy disappeared. Like, what did he disappear to? I didn't know, you know what I mean? But lo and behold, a little bit later on that afternoon, he came back. So like, dudes come back the same day for court. Like, when after court, dudes will come back the same day, but he came back. I see him come back, you know what I mean? So he come back in the pod. So when he came back in the pod, man, it was crazy. He come back in the pod. I don't know where this man got it from, man. I don't know where he got it from. But when he came back in the pod, man, I promise y'all, man, like, I'll say probably like 30 minutes of him being back in the pod. I looked up, I was just sitting in the pod, I was chilling, and I just smelled something. I was like, you know how you can smell something, like, you know what I mean? Pause, like, you know how you can smell something just, then the smell got stronger. That joint was like, it was like, had a color. That joint was like, I was like, I turned around, I looked up at cell 25, the cut was up. I was like, and everybody in the pod like, yo, that joint smell good. I was like, yo, that's some good smelling la-la right there, man. I was like, that's crazy, man, right? I was like, man, that joint smell good, man. That joint smell, I was like, that joint smell great. I was like, man, that's crazy. Everybody like, man, that's lucky of them. Like, everybody talking like, yeah, I gotta holler at them. Yeah, I gotta holler at them, such and such, come on tonight. I gotta holler at them. So everybody just waiting, you know what I mean? All these young dudes that be rapping, everybody like, la la, what? We on this. We on top of this, pause. We trying to see what's going on. So we out there waiting, you know what I mean? We looking around. So we're like, yo, yeah, man, you know what I mean? So the cut finally come down. They call cell break. So cell break come out. So cell break happen. You see Lucky come out. Lucky come out. Next thing you know, Lucky come down the steps. Lucky come down the steps. Everybody rush. You know what I mean? I looked up. I seen the dude Rex. He's standing at the door like this. He like, he's loving what's going on here. I love it what's going on face. He like, I look up. Everybody on Lucky. Lucky looked up at him. Lucky was like, hey, yo, give me 5. Give me 5. Rex went in the room. Came back out. Brown paper napkin. Like, threw it down to Lucky. Lucky caught it. Lucky go in the back, serve dudes, get away the fees, you know what I mean? So I'm just watching him. I'm like, this junk crazy, man. So me and my homeboy, we sitting on the table. I'm like, this junk crazy. I was like, man, he the only one that got the la-la, man. I was like, yo, dude gave me a bag of Doritos yesterday. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, I was like, he asked me that I want some of the meal y'all was eating. I said, that meal that y'all was crushing? My homeboy was like, man, them nachos were super good, bro. That's word, man. He had the nachos with the Cool Ranch, bro. Man, them nachos were super good, bro. I said, bro, listen. I said, man, while y'all was crushing that meal, I was about to eat 2 soups. He said, you ain't get nothing? I ain't even noticed. I said, no, I ain't get nothing, bro. He was like, why? I said, I just don't, like, I don't be rocking with dudes that fast, bro. Like, that ain't what I do, bro. I just ain't gonna randomly eat with a dude just because he got good food, bro. Like, I was like, we locked up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, y'all be tripping though. I was like, I get it though. You know what I mean? Dude, like, man, my homeboy, like, man, that's free food. Man, that's free food. I'm like, all right, man, I get it, man. But I was like, yo, like, for real though, bro, the man gave me a bag of Doritos because I turned down the meal. I said, after I turned down the meal, I said, man, he was like, you want some chips to go with your soups? And I was thinking that he was just, you know what I mean? Like, basically, leave me alone, bro. Like, I turned the meal down. He was like, man, you want some Doritos? And when he said that, I was like, man, I was like, yeah, I want some Doritos. So I was like, go to his cell to get the Doritos. You know what I mean? I said, man, the man loaded. I said, the man loaded up there, man. So, like, it is what it is. And I was like, but still, though, man, like, now he got the la-la. My homie was like, how you think he get the la-la in? He was like, it ain't no visiting time. And he just got up here, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, man, I don't know. And for real, that ain't really our business. I was like, but at the same time though, man, I was like, man, I don't know, man. I just don't be trusting dudes like that be that fast, man. I was like, you know what I mean? So it was like, there was dudes in there who trust he gained, you know what I mean? Like he gained a lot of people trust, basically. Like dudes was kind of like, he knew how to blend in. He knew how to mingle. He knew how to like talk to the right people. He kind of like, I seen that, you know, he was really seeking out people that, you know what I mean, that was kind of like not really being defiant, but just not really rocking with him like how everybody else was, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't the only one in there, you know what I mean? It was a lot of people, but people in prison, they kind of like, they try to benefit off everything, you know what I mean? Like, let me put it that way, they try to benefit off everything. Not everybody, but a lot of people will, because if they running across a dude that will buy them a lot of stuff, got the feezies, you know what I mean, got the food, or make sure they eat, that's all it's about in there, you know what I mean? The la and food, that's all everything else is irrelevant, you know what I mean? So like, once a dude got both of those, man, he kind of got it on smash, y'all, so boom. So I'm just still sitting back looking at this, man, you know what I mean? Like my homeboys and them, they cool with it, you know what I mean? So dude kind of like, he in there. So he got the store box jumping. You know what I mean? So it's another dude in the block that was from Richmond, you know what I mean? Now this dude, we gonna call him Bob. Now Bob, he was sort of like a kind of fat bald head dude, you know what I mean? Had a little size to him with the beard game, you know what I mean? And for real, like, he was a dude that, like, I think he looked at Rex like it was opportunity, like, you know what I mean? Because for real, like, bro, even though I want a lot going on at the moment in 2C, he still was in goon mode, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, the dude Rex, like, he just trying to live, like, you know what I mean? Like, he blending in perfect, because everybody rock with him, basically, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he don't want no problems, man. So the dude from Richmond, he kind of like, you know, he's not rocking with Rex. But he's, like I say, he carrying it like it's beneficial to him to kind of like at least talk to him, because he liked to mess with the la as well, you know what I mean? And he liked to go store box stuff, you know what I mean? Because big boy liked to eat, Bob liked to eat. So bro used to have all the food, so he'll go holler at him, get food or whatever the case. So they was cool like that. But the whole time, he never really rocked with him like that, man. I seen one time that the dude Rex tried to get Bob to work out one time. I told y'all, Bob kind of a fat dude. So they was talking about something. He was like, man, come over here and get some of this money. And he was like, man, come work out, do some push-ups, man. Come on, man. He grabbed Bob. And when he grabbed Bob straight, like pushed off him, like smacked his hand and just pushed him. And when he pushed him, I seen Rex. Rex was like, he took like a little bump. He was like, oh, it's like that. Oh, it's like that. He's like, yeah, man, don't put your hands on me, shawty. Like, yeah, we can be cool, but like, don't touch me, man. Like, don't put your hands on me, man. Like, we talking, you know what I mean? So Rex was like, no, it ain't really like that, man. He was like, yeah, but look, though, I'm telling you, like, don't touch me ever again. Like, I ain't like everybody in here, shawty. I ain't trying to kiss your A. I don't care about what you got in your cell. I don't care about what you can do. Like, that don't move me, shawty. That don't move me, y'all. He was like, oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, you got everybody else in here like they, you know, that you God or something, man. Like, yo, for real, bro. Like, I've been in the block, but I could tell the stuff Bob's saying. Like, he already being irritated by dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, what can you do? Dude ain't do nothing wrong. But like, just the way he came in and took over the pod without having to lay a finger or push anybody or grab a knife or anything like that, I gotta give him his credit, y'all. So boom. So a little bit more time going on, but he did have that riff with Bob, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like a little bit of divide slightly of when he used to have his little parties and look out for everybody. Now the Richmond mob kind of won't messing with that joint, you know what I mean? And like, for real, my mans and them used to go, and I never would eat. He did it like a couple times a week. He would do this, man. This man kept food. You know what I mean? He kept food. Like Lucky keep the food. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. It was times that I would just go through Lucky for the feezies. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to holler at him because I had to get the feezies. So I just wouldn't even do it, man. So a little bit more time went on, man. So after like probably about, he been in the pod for a little second now. He been in the pod probably about a month or two now. So out of nowhere, man, this CO started working our block, man. So the CO that was working our block, he was a cool young dude, man. Like, for real, it wasn't a lot of young dudes like him, because I think after this story, I think he did start bringing the package. But like, he started over in our junk when he first started working. But he was done cool, you know what I mean? He was super cool. But like, I don't know what had happened when he was working. I don't know what was going on. But all I know is they was working out in the back, you know what I mean? The dude Rex and the dude from Warden was working out in the back. They was back there working out, doing their same little routine, you know what I mean? Nobody used to bother them. But the lady in the booth that came out and said, yo, the warden is on the compound. They might be doing rounds. So whatever you doing, like take everything down. So bro, they used to have like the tower up on the little joint by the top tier. Like they used to jump up there and do their pull-ups, you know what I mean? So they used to have all that up there. Then they had their stuff on the stairs that's right there, and they'll be doing push-ups on the stairs and stuff. So like the lady basically gave everybody a warning, like, yo, the warden is here, so tighten up, tighten up. So the young cool dude is working, like he don't be pushing nothing at nobody, you know what I mean? So he came through and just like he telling everybody to tighten up too, cause like, yo, he let us rock, but when his job on the line, he gotta tighten up as well, you know what I mean? So that was something that I respected, you know what I mean? So he go back there. So he tell Rex and I'm like, man, the warden ain't man, when he come in here, we gonna tighten up. We can see when he get ready to come, he like, nah, look, y'all tighten up now, man, stop working out. So Rex was like, man, stop acting like a little chump, man. Rex told him straight up, man, like, look, we ain't doing it right now. Yeah, we stop. We not stopping right now. We gonna finish this workout. Then when the warden come, we gonna get out the way. Yeah, we gonna get out the way. That's what we gonna do. So I'm looking, and everybody looking like John crazy. So they just kept working out. You know what I mean? So the black dude like, all right, that's what's up. You just gonna do that to me, huh? So I'm looking at it like, man, the black dude's super cool. What is y'all doing? Like this wild right here. So they keep working out. Man, I say probably about 5 minutes later, the back door open up, push. They come through the back. Word, look, when they come through the back, the warden, the assistant warden, the lieutenant, the unit manager, all of them, they come through the back. You see Rex and them right there working out. When they trying to tighten up, Rex got a cut off shirt on. They got the joint on the top tier. They walked in, they seen the joint. They like, take that down. Rex jumped up there and grabbed it. He was like, give it here. Warden grabbed that joint, took the joint. Said, give me that right there on the stage. They took all the stuff. They said, what cell you in? Go to your cell. Go to your cell. Told the CO. They called the CO over there. Start chewing into the CO. The CO like. So they lock Rex and the other dude in their cell, you know what I mean? So they lock in, they do their round. So after they dip, the CO like, man, I told him, man, dude, man, I hate dude. Man, he think he know everything, man. He think he's smart, man. Yeah, all right, yeah. So he kind of was mad that he got put on blast like that because Rex just want to keep working out, y'all. Like, I looked at it like it was selfish. Because, like, when you got a cool officer, man, you got to kind of give him that respect, man. You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just leave him out back like that, man. So I felt the CO pain, not siding with the police, but I felt his pain because he be letting us rock. Like, he don't be pushing nothing at nobody, man. So at the end of the day, man, I felt like Rex was wrong, y'all. So boom. So I say probably like 3 days later, 3 days go by, man. We come back out. The CO dude been gone for like 2 days. So he finally come back. He working our block. So when he working our block, he used to be cool with the dude Bob. He used to always talk to Bob. Like, for one, him and Bob both were Dallas Cowboy fans. The CO dude was a Dallas Cowboy fan. Like, he would come, he had a Dallas Cowboy Scully. Like, he was Dallas Cowboy keychain ring. Like, he was Dallas Cowboyed out, man. So was Fat Bob from Richmond. So him and Bob kind of was all right, you know what I mean? So when he come back, I see him talking to Bob, you know what I mean? So he talking to Bob. So he hollering at Bob, you know what I mean? So I kind of read Bob's face as he talking to him. And like, for me reading Bob's face, Bob's face was kind of like a face like what? Like what? So he talking. After the CO ended up dipping for the rest of the day, man, dudes just started talking. You know what I mean? So the first word that came to me, it came through my celly, you know what I mean? And my celly used to kick it with the dudes that used to sleep downstairs, and they'd be kicking it with Lucky, you know what I mean? So I don't know how the word or whatever the case or how the situation came out, but dudes were like, yo, look, man, you ain't gonna believe this shit, man. I was like, what? They was like, man, that nigga Rex, man. I was like, what? They was like, man, that man a petty, man. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, yeah, bro. They was like, man, look, that man got transferred, man. He got emergency transferred from Coffeewood, man, because somebody tried to beat his ass, man. He was like, man, the dude couldn't get him. They was like, man, but when that happened, dude tried to attack him. They was like, when dude tried to attack him and couldn't get him, you know what I mean? That's when they felt like, you know what I mean? Like, he got a real enemy on this compound. So they emergency transfer him to Sussex 2. You know what I mean? Like, they was like, they didn't even want to put him on another 2 or none of that shit because a lot of people know what he done. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what did he do? It was like, man, he messing with him, bro. I'm like, oh man, like to hear that, and I accepted this man Doritos. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I was angry. I was really angry, man. But like, I'm looking like, yo, like this dude, he came in this joint, gained all our trust. You know what I mean? Like, basically all of them. I really didn't trust this dude, even though I accepted the Doritos, man. But still though, man, like for real though, like now I see his motive. His motive was to come in here and buy everybody's friendship. You know what I mean? Because like you can do that. Like that's like somebody that's like has $1 million. If he go to an average neighborhood, he has $1 million, he'll be able to buy whatever he wants, even if it is friendship or whatever the case. This is what Rex did. He came in here and got everybody to trust him and rock with him just because he had a lot of commissary and he'll buy the feezies. He was a cool dude. He know how to mingle, all of that stuff, man. And everybody felt for it, man. Everybody felt for it, man. So I'm like, I'm enraged. I'm enraged, man. But like, I'm the way I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, dude, like what's his problem? Like, why he's so nice? Like, I started thinking like he was on some overly freaky stuff. Like, so I'm thinking like, I'm really angry. Like, I'm thinking about hurting this guy, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, cause I'm like, why did he come like trying to offer me Doritos and like, cause I never had to go through nothing like this with nobody, man. I never had to go through nothing like this, man. So like, as I'm saying that, where he at? He in his normal spot over there on the phone. So I'm standing by my cell, my roommate, after my roommate tell me to join, I'm just looking, man. And from afar, I couldn't even hold it, y'all. Just like, it doesn't shake, rattle, and roll. I was like, man, still though, man, I don't want to hear it, man. This man's still a petty, man. Like, man, I was like, yo, my roommate was like, yo, that's word dudes from Richmond, they know about the joke. You know, Bob don't like him. So I think Bob don't gonna get him, bro. I'm like, man, what they gonna do? He was like, man, I think they gonna get him. I said, bro, listen, me being a young maniac that I am, I was like, yo, listen, bro, we gotta get in on that joint. He was like, what you mean? I said, bro, we gotta go down there with him and put that work in. He was like, why? I said, bro, because you ate his food and I took the Doritos, bro. I said, when they beat him up, they gonna take his stuff. I said, I'm trying to get his stuff. So he was like, maniac, Weezy. I'm like, yes. Bro, listen, bro, I won't in on this play, bro. I'm not letting this play get by us, bro. So this dude just came in here and just threw the wheel over all our eyes. Came in here like the whole time, man, this man a petty. He go crazy, man, a man a petty. I said, man, this joint, I'm not letting this joint go, man. I'm letting you know, bro. I'm getting in that joint, bro. I said, yo, I'm about to go tell dude Bob, like, yo, bro, I'm whatever y'all doing, I'm with it. You know what I mean? He was like, man, all right. I was all right, so I dipped out. I go down the steps, see bro on the phone. He don't even know everybody's kind of like circling like vultures for him, basically. He don't even know he's the guy on the entree. He don't even know he's on the platter for the night. He don't even know this, y'all. So I go down the steps. I spot Bob. Bob already looking like he's strapped up, got his long New Balances on, looking slew-footed. He see me. I was like, yo, hey, Bob, what's up? He was like, what's up, Short? I was like, hey, look, I know y'all about to kick that nigga ass. I said, bro, I want in, bro. He was like, you just want some commissary, shorty. I was like, man, damn right. I said, but nah. I said, look, nah, real shit. Because Bob was a little older than me and shit. Bob was probably all like in his middle 20s and shit. You know what I mean? Late 20s almost. I was like, nah, bro, on some real shit. I was like, man, that man gave me a whole bag of Doritos, man. He was like, for real, Sean? I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know what for. I said, but I ain't eat the meal. I said, I ain't eat the meal. I said, your fat ass ate the meal. He was like, yeah. He was like, shit, that nigga giving it away. Shit, he like, I ain't never like that motherfucker though, man. He was like, but nah, motherfucker a petty. That nigga a petty, man. The man nigga got down, yeah, man. That man got down, he gotta go. That man gotta fucking go. He think he gonna come in here and got down, try to conquer our power with his wallet. Fuck that shit, Sean. And his homeboy was like, man, come on, yo, let's do it before it get too late. I was like, yo, I'm coming, bro. Niggas like, man, fuck, I don't give a fuck who come, bro. Like, this shit a snatch and grab. You know what I mean? Dudes was like, yo, man, I was like, man, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm about to just be a psycho with this shit. You know what I mean? So niggas like, man, come on. So everybody, we start going up the steps. We get to the top. Everybody get to the steps. We over that jump, looking. You know what I mean? We trying to see where the lady in the booth at, because you know he in 25. So like this shit right here, we more than likely gonna go to the hole, because we can't really hide this shit. You know what I mean? We can't hide what the fuck going on. You know what I mean? But him and Lucky's in the cell, but dudes be on the top tier. So we just basically got to get into the fucking cell without it looking crazy. Like, it's going to be a little noise, but we're going to try to muffle this shit as much as possible. So I look, my roommate, he kind of tailing, but he ain't really with it like how I'm with it. I'm on some maniac shit. I'm with it. You know what I mean? This dude gave me a whole bag of Doritos. Is you nuts? I feel offended, y'all. So goddamn, we get up there, we looking, you know what I mean? We trying to play it cool. They do a cell break, you know what I mean? So this time when they was doing cell breaks, they'll pop all the doors, you know what I mean? They'll pop all the doors, and you get what you gonna get, and she gonna close all the doors in the next 5 minutes, so all the doors will pop, you know what I mean? So when she pop all the doors, the doors open up. I look, I see him, Fat Bob creeping. I see his homeboy coming the other way. They go in the door, I go right behind him. So they get to the door. I seen Lucky was standing at the door. So it's us three, his other two homeboys behind us, and my roommate behind them. So we right there all at the door. Lucky standing at the door. So I'm like, so everybody, so I see Bob like, where you sell that? Where you sell that, Shawty? He was like, he's in there, man. He was like, what's up, though? I was like, yeah. Boom! I took off on Lucky ass, y'all. That's my work. Boom! I caught Lucky ass. Boom! I caught him right in his fucking chin. Lucky. Lucky went that way in the cell. Once Lucky went in the cell, I looked, the lady in the booth ain't see it. They went in. I went in right behind them. Man, as soon as Bob and his homeboy went in that joint, man, they started knucking goddamn Rex. Rex was rumbling them doors. Boom, boom, boom. He got his back to me. I come behind him, grab him by his legs. Boom! We put him on the ground. That's my word. Introduce this nigga to my feet, you fucking petty. I stomping that nigga. Fuck wrong with you? We start beating his ass. I look up. I see his other homeboy. He wasn't even fighting. He grabbed a big ass bag of tuna fishes and Sasha's gang. He grabbed that shit. That shit was at the bottom. He was like, I seen him grab that shit. He was like, I'm like, oh, we beating this nigga out. I'm like, man, I got a couple more blows and I got up. I grabbed his box. I opened that jar. I was like, I looked in his box. I was like, oh shit. I opened the jump, man. This was jackpot. Jackpot, Johnny. I opened the box. I slid that jump. My roommate was right there. I was like, man, grab a box. Nigga still beating his ass. I came back, kicked that nigga some more. That nigga was in ball up mode. My word, my roommate grabbed a box. I was like, yo, bro, slide it. So we had a homeboy that slept in 27. So they slide a jump. So we got down, man, put it in your cell, bro. My homeboy was like, hey, put that shit in your cell. So he slid the jump in his cell. Word, I was like, man, empty it out. So nigga empty that shit out. Man, this shit had fucking cigarettes, Black and Miles, coffee. This was the jackpot. Like, this was the jackpot. Like, them niggas in that bitch fighting for cookies and chips, goddammit. I got the Black and Miles game, y'all, so boom. Goddamn, they kicked that nigga ass probably for like another 5 minutes. Until that said, they kicked that nigga ass all the way up to cell break was done. I promise you, man, whoop this ass. Whoop that nigga ass, man, so I get away with the shit. So I tell my homeboy, keep all the shit in his cell. So I see Bob and them come out with the bags. They come out with the shit. When I look, I'm thinking it's the lady in the booth. The whole time it's the CO nigga. It's the CO nigga in the booth. I look, the CO nigga looking at the shit. He like. So niggas came out. I was like, yo. I said, hey, Bob, the CO nigga looking at us, bro. He was like, nigga, he the one that told me. I was like, what? He said, yeah, he the one that told me, nigga. Yeah, he looked that nigga shit up. Yeah, he looked that nigga shit up in here. Yeah, so that nigga a petty, bro. I was like, man, that nigga a piece of shit, man. Like, but it's so wild how dudes that disguise themselves under real niggas, man, or just dudes like, they in penitentiary, and they usually have a place for them. And when dudes find out you got that case, man, they on your ass, man. Pause, man. And I was a young psycho, man. Like, I was minding my own business. And this man come offer me some goddamn Doritos. Is you fucking crazy, man? My word, man. That man sat in the cell, got his ass whooped. Fucking Lucky was in that bitch. Lucky was mad. Lucky was fucking mad as shit at me. I ain't gonna lie, man. But the police came in that bitch, man. I don't know what happened. The police came and got that nigga. The police came and got that nigga, man. He didn't tell it. He didn't tell it, which was a shocker. He didn't tell on Bob. He didn't tell on me. He didn't tell on Bob, homeboy, man. That's my word. He went to the Bing. He went to the Bing, man. He never came out the Bing either, man. Like, for real. And like, from that day on, everybody was like, yo, that joke crazy, man. Like, that's when I started hearing dudes like, man, for real, I'm checking dudes' paperwork like the feds. Like how the feds do it. I'm gonna start checking dudes' paperwork because he came right up under here. Dudes were like, man, Lucky wouldn't have cared if that man had that case. And we were saying that though, like, even though Lucky had his own motion, Lucky still was living good with this guy, man. But dude was right under our noses, man. Like, and he was a whole petty at the end of the day, man. Like, that junk was wild, man. I'll never forget that situation, man. But Lucky had to pay for that, man. Like, later on, like, down the line, I seen Lucky, man. Like, at first he was mad at me, then we ended up speaking, man, down the line. Like, but I was on a mission. Lucky just was in the way, man. Lucky was just in the way, man. But the dude Rex never got out the hole. He never got out the hole, man. The jukes of the year. I broke bread with Bob and them, man. Threw him a couple. It was probably about 7 cartons of cigarettes in there, and probably like 35 boxes of blacks. So I broke bread a little bit with Bob, man. When me and my celly, he thought he was gonna get half. He ain't come do nothing. I did all the work, man, but I still looked out for him, man. But it was all right, man. Being a young dude, that was a good score off a prick, man. For real, man. Rex was a prick, man. And that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Another In the Car Chronicles, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, man, for you can live out here with your family forever. Period, man. But y'all already know what to do with this video, man. Like, share, and subscribe to this one. Turn this one up for me, y'all. Let's get this. Let's get it. Let's go. But y'all be safe, man, and stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.